We'd rather sell it than move it in. The moving in sale is on now at the new Lloydminster Nissan. As we get ready to move into our beautiful new building on Highway 17 South, we're moving out our incredible inventory from the big blue building on Highway 16 West. Save today on our incredible lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles all under the roof. Get special clear-out pricing on all remaining 2023 models. We're getting ready to move in, so come out and see us today for fantastic savings on your new car, truck, or SUV. The moving in sale is on now at the new Lloydminster Nissan. We won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster and area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Hey, welcome to Lloydminster Exhibition, the new Lloydminster Nissan Exhibition Grill. Right now at the new Lloydminster Nissan, get into a 2023 Rogue or a 2023 Qashqai for up to $2,000 below cost. It won't be long now, and the new Lloydminster Nissan will be moving into the new location on Highway 17 South. So you can see us today on Highway 16 West in the big blue building and get into a Rogue or a Qashqai 2023 models up to $2,000 below cost, saving you a lot of money. This will save you some money too. Right now you get a $25 oil change when you switch your winter tires from summer tires at the new Lloydminster Nissan. And today we have Betty Evans here with us today. Dana Mitchell is here with us, and Mike Smith. They are here to chat about the Kitscoty Dinner Theatre, and Carolyn Parke is also going to be joining us. She's going to come in as well, and we'll ask about what it was like for her to perform at the Vic Juba Theatre, but she's also up for some awards for the International Songwriters Association, and so we'll find out more about how you can help her out and get her recognized as well. It's not just a name, it is Superior Water. Superior Water has 2 locations in Lloydminster, and they're open on Sundays to make filling your big blue jugs a whole lot quicker and a whole lot easier. And if you want great tasting water right from your tap, you can call Superior Water and ask about their under-the-sink reverse osmosis systems. 780-875-6636. I drink Superior Water because I like taste. I believe it is Superior Water. They're open on 57th Avenue, Monday to Friday from 8 to 6, and Saturdays and Sundays 10 to 5. And don't forget they have a coin-operated location right beside 7-Eleven, just off Highway 17 South. Next Friday night, April 12th, is the annual Marwayne PBR. Wild pony races are always fun. They start at 6:30 with the PBR going at 7. Tickets are $30. They're sold at the door, with 12 and under getting in for free. And the Prairie Dogs will be performing at the dance afterwards. And tickets for dance only are $20. There's also a bus leaving from Vermilion. Lots happening here at the Lloydminster Exhibition. The Rare and Exotic sale is this Saturday with doors opening at 9 a.m. And that's the spring sale, which they haven't had for a few years because of the avian flu, so they're really looking forward to hosting that. So that doors open at 9, sale starts at 10, and then next weekend is Everything Equine on the Border, which is 3 full days of clinics, fashion shows, Pilates, and a whole lot more here at the Lloydminster Exhibition. And the Lloyd X has also launched the 7th edition of their Chase the Ace draw, which Stacey Cadzo told us kicks off Wednesday with a special supper.
The one thing I will say is this coming Wednesday when we do our Chase the Ace, we're going to put on a steak dinner, or steak sandwich dinner. $20 between 5:30 and 7. You can come down, get a steak dinner, and watch the Chase the Ace draw.
The very first one?
The very first one, next Wednesday.
Buy tickets for that,
Nope.
or just come down?
Just come down.
Tickets for Chase the Ace are available now. And here at the Lloydminster Exhibition this Saturday, there's a huge community-wide indoor garage sale. That'll be in the Nissan Hall and the Bexon Construction Prairie Room. It starts at 9, runs till 5. Green Shirt Day is Sunday, and the Lloydminster Lions are asking everyone to take part by wearing green, changing the outdoor lights to green, or hanging something green in their window. Ray and Shelley Tatro were here with the Lions. They're ambassadors for this event this year, and they'll have more information about organ donation at the Border City Farmers Market this weekend.
So we've got some things planned. We're going to be set up at the farmers market at the Service Sports Center on Saturday. We will have brochures. We'll have wristbands that are green ribbon has always been associated with organ transplant. The armbands. We have lots of brochures with information on how and why there's such a need. And as ambassadors, we also have some commercial people that have signage in town that'll be promoting Green Shirt Day, just to get more people thinking in their mind about, you know what, this makes sense to register and to let my loved ones know that my organs are fine, going to save or change somebody's life.
And speaking of the Border City Farmers Market, you can check that out today at the Service Sports Center. It'll be open from noon to 5, and then this Saturday, the market runs from 11 to 4. The Lloydminster Museum and Archives will host a blanket exercise from 1 to 3 on Saturday. Cynthia Young will take the helms of that. She'll lead the exercise. We worked with Cynthia to bring you a blanket exercise a few years ago, and I would highly recommend you take part in one if you haven't done so yet. They are amazing and an opportunity to learn a lot. Very emotional though. You can register your spot at lloydminster.ca IMA programs, and the cost is just $7.50. And now, speaking of blankets, the Lloydminster Cadets are doing a blanket drive for the Lloydminster Sexual Assault Center. Blankets will be delivered tomorrow, so today is the last day to get those in. And if you'd like to donate a blanket, you can message the Cadets on Facebook, or you can reach out to any Cadet member. And Connecting Parents, Supporting Families have their next meeting on April 9th at the Olive Tree. That's going to run from 7 to 8:30. The guest speaker is Constable Melanie Flynn. She'll be talking about drug use and drug abuse and the difference between the two. And she'll also be talking about protecting children from drug abuse as well. Tickets are free. You can get those on Eventbrite. Supposed to get some snow tonight, around 5 centimeters they're saying, with more light snow on the way tomorrow morning. A likely chillier weather should keep that clunker dunker on the ice. The pot continues to grow in Kitscoty's Clunker Dunker fundraiser. Times are just $20 each, or 3 for $50. To see when that truck will splash through the ice and into the water, you can pick a time at clunkerdunker.com. All proceeds support the new Kitscoty Sports and Events Center. And yes, speaking of Kitscoty, we'll take this break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the Kitscoty Dinner Theatre next weekend.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production, including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
Wellings of Lloydminster is now offering 1 or 2 bedroom gorgeous villas for those over the age of 55. These gorgeous 1-story maintenance-free villas are perfect for those that are looking for more freedom and don't want to be burdened with the time and money it takes in owning a larger home. Wellings is a community for those that still want their independence, and their villas include their own thermostat, your in-floor heating, your air conditioning, your own appliances. Yes, you're cooking for yourself. If you want to have a pet, you can have a pet as well. They have huge ceilings, nice big picture windows, and there's room to have people over as well. And if you want a garage, there are garages available, and they're deep enough where you could actually have a workbench in them as well. It's independent living. Now, if you're worried about your health and signing a long-term lease, that's where Darlene comes through. When you call Darlene and she walks you through Wellings of Lloydminster, you can ask about, what if something happens to my health? You're really going to appreciate her answer. 780-872-8537. That's Wellings of Lloydminster. Well, great to have you back with us here at the Lloydminster exhibition. Once again, our guests are Dana Mitchell, Betty Evans, and Mike Smith, and they are with the Dinner Theatre in Kitscoty, and Mike is also on the Kitscoty Hall board. So thank you all for being here.
Thanks for having us.
I should have asked Betty earlier about her big lottery win.
Because
I've been thinking about that ever since she said it. You said your first lottery win, you won
$60.
And what'd you do with it?
I got myself a perm and had my ears pierced.
How old were you?
Oh, probably 45.
Okay. I'm beating you for lottery wins of $60.
Yeah.
I haven't had a lottery win of $60. My biggest has been 20.
Yeah.
And well, let's just say I'm over 50.
Mine's usually a free ticket.
Well, it's so good to talk about the Kitscoty Dinner Theatre, which this year is called Wine, Cheese, and Murder. And this is not any of these actors or actresses' first kick at the can. Let's start there. Dana, how many times have you been a part of the Kitscoty Dinner Theatre?
I was part of it the first 2 years, in 2003 and 2004, and I just started back this year. So,
what got you back in? Was there a person or somebody that said, "Hey, you got to come back in"? Or
I just decided to take some time for myself finally, and I wanted to hang out with some friends in the community that are part of the dinner theater, and my kids are older now, so I can go and do what I want to do.
They don't want anything to do with you anymore,
No.
so you can actually find some time for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll come back to Betty because she's going to be a while telling us how long she's been a part of it. Mike, this is your second year.
Yeah, it's my second year. I'm originally from Ontario. I moved out here 5 years ago with my partner, and I wanted to get involved in the community, and this was a great opportunity to not only be involved with the community, but also to give back. So being a hall board member, it's a volunteer service that a number of us get together to work on the hall, and through the theater, it's just a great way to make new friendships, make connections through the community, and just have a lot of fun.
Was there anybody that drew you in?
Yeah, my partner coerced me into doing it.
Okay, yeah.
It's
That's the real
That's
information.
the real reason.
I wanted to get involved. I wanted to have fun. No, you were voluntold.
I was voluntold. A lot of that goes around, yes.
Yeah.
And Betty, this is not your first kick at the can.
No, it certainly hasn't been. I started out with them in 2003 when some of the community members saw the need for a larger venue for events in Kitscoty, and so we had to do some fundraising, and this was one way of doing it. I've been a volunteer all my life. As a kid growing up, if you didn't volunteer for things, you didn't have anything. So I've been volunteering ever since day one. And so I'm not sure how many years have they been going. I was here all but 2 of the dinner theater productions.
Well, I think on the poster it says 12.
No, we've been doing this since, I think, 2003.
2003.
And we just
missed
missed 2
COVID,
years.
of course.
I think
Right.
we just missed
One
Yeah,
year
it's been
there,
more than
and
that,
yeah, I missed 2 years. One I was kicking up my heels in Vegas at a wedding. The other I was at the World Curling in Victoria. So good excuses to miss. I'm here this year because Val offered to drive me out from Lloydminster, since I have just recently moved into Lloyd. And Kitscoty's been my home all my life, pretty much. And so I like to give back to the community that has been so gracious to me.
And you were saying the first year that you guys did this, it wasn't even, of course you didn't have a hall because that's what you were fundraising for.
We used the school gymnasium for the first 3 productions in order to raise funds to match the government grant for our new hall. And I think it was 2006, was it, that we started in the brand new hall.
Have you had a favorite character that you've done over the years?
Not really a favorite. The very first one, I was Jesse James' daughter, an outlaw, if you can imagine, and my
Yes, I can.
partner in crime was the RCMP officer in Kitscoty.
Wasn't there one year where you wore all leather or something?
Oh yes, I was a biker girl.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That was last
Was
year.
that just last year?
That
yeah.
was last year.
That
yeah.
was just last year.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this year's production. Tell us about the plot.
So
You guys do know the plot, right?
we think we do. So anyway, Wine, Cheese, and Murder by Michael Drews. It's based on 2 sisters owning a winery. There seems to be a little tension and controversy happening within the winery. We have a great group of odd characters that come together for a wine testing. And there's some unique events which happen during that wine testing where the outcome isn't so great for some people. But at the very end, it has a very shocking revelation, and we won't give away the plot, right? So come on out and enjoy the show.
Well, it's got murder in the title, so
Absolutely.
Yeah.
maybe each one of you could tell us a little bit about your character without giving too much away.
Oh, well, I am a worker in the cheese cave, which is where they produce the wonderful cheeses to match the wine. And that is my first character. I'm a second character in the next part of the play. I am Officer Ricotta, a police officer who assists the investigator in the murder.
I'm a guest at the wine tasting. So
That's
And I play a arrogant, flamboyant French wine connoisseur by the name of Beaujolais.
So can you give us a little of your French accent?
I don't know if I can do that very well, but I will do my best.
It's got a little Jean Chrétien going there.
Yeah.
With the with the corner of your mouth, I noticed. But okay, so the first year you guys did this, it was raising funds for building a hall. Now that the hall is up and established, and I'm sure it's rented out almost every weekend, what are you raising funds for this year?
Well, proceeds allow us to offer reduced rates for local nonprofits, profits, and also to pay the bills. Our volunteer board is on a volunteer basis, and we're responsible for the maintenance of the hall and its upkeep. So all the proceeds that we get from an event like this, helps keep the grounds up, keeps the buildings up, routine maintenance, and so on and so forth. And like I said, also offers discount to nonprofits and other groups within the community to, once again, gather and have that sense of community.
When do you guys start rehearsing?
The first week in January. Yes, usually the first week in January, once a week, and as needed, we sometimes have more practices as we get closer to the production date.
When do you kind of take over the hall and the dress rehearsal starts?
Well, dress rehearsals actually started last night. So last night was our first full dress rehearsal. So then this Friday night we will have what we call an actor's table. So after going through last night, we'll iron out some bugs and help speed up our presentation by doing an actor's table on Friday night. Then we'll have a social where we'll get together and just talk out some of so some of the
And
lines.
test the wine.
Okay, Benny's giving away our secrets. And test the wine and the cheese to make sure our guests have a good time. Then next week we will probably have at least 3 straight evenings of rehearsal just to make sure we batten down the hatches and get ready for our performance on Friday.
Perfect. How many cast members this year?
There's 13 on stage, and then Brian and Jeannie Hunter and our director Chad Tabish, and so there's a few behind the scenes.
And a huge shout out. We have over 200 volunteers that actually make this happen, anywhere from people in the kitchen staff to students that do our ushering and the bussing of our tables, our bartending staff, kitchen staff, also those who are helping Brian with the set production and all that
We have
sort
a
of stuff.
fabulous set production.
Yeah,
yes,
our set looks wonderful this year. It's incredible. They did a great job. So, yeah, you may see 13 of us on stage, but there's an army behind us making this event what it is. And, we're pretty proud of everybody and the result of the stage for sure.
What's for dinner?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yummy.
So Friday and Saturdays.
Oh, it changes?
Well,
Yes.
Friday and Saturdays, the roast beef and the ham and lots of salads. The desserts come from volunteers in the community.
Yeah. So we have 3 wonderful ladies that come together, each take charge of a dinner for each of the nights.
Oh, okay.
They select their own menus, and of course they have their kitchen staff and their own staff that comes in and prepares the meals and serves the meals and so on and so forth. By the way, I can tell you on Sunday the menu is apple glazed rosemary roasted pork loin, glazed roast chicken, seasoned roast baby potatoes with wild rice pilaf, savory stuffing with apples, spring salad mix with homemade vinaigrette, broccoli grape salad, Mexican corn Dorito salad, assorted pickles, applesauce, breadsticks, buns, and assorted desserts.
Are there tickets available for all shows yet?
There are just singles, I think, on Friday and Saturday. I think we're getting sold out Friday and Saturday.
That's fantastic.
It's great. Sunday, there's still lots of tickets available.
And you just heard the menu for Sunday.
Yes.
And it's fabulous.
Yeah.
Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, Deb's a fantastic cook.
Well, all 3 are, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Sunday, it is an afternoon matinee, so come on in, and what a great way to have a Sunday afternoon meal with your family or guests, and just enjoy the afternoon.
So much more happens at the dinner theater than just the dinner theater as well. Tell us about what other kind of fundraisers you have there as well.
There's a silent auction, right?
Yeah, we have
Lots of good things there.
we couldn't be successful without the number of local businesses, not only Kitscoty but here in Lloyd and the surrounding community, that have made generous donations for our raffle tables and our buying our guest tables as well. We've had special offerings of sponsorship tables, and they sold out quite quickly, right? So without our sponsors and local merchants, we wouldn't be as successful as we are.
Fantastic. Now, where are tickets available?
So you can text Julie Evans or you can phone her.
I think the number's on the poster.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
on the poster and also on the Kitscoty website.
Great. Okay. What am I forgetting? Am I forgetting to ask anything about the dinner theater or the hall that you'd like people to know? Mike, maybe you might want to give some details on how to rent the hall.
Yes.
Yeah, you can. Once again, you can go on the Kitscoty website. The hall is available. You can contact. I think
Ellen
it's
Frank.
Ellen Frank, and our rates are on there. Contact Ellen and see what dates are available. We're available for weddings, special events, business meetings actually as well. We've had a number of businesses actually hold their AGMs there because of it's a large community, but Kitscoty Hall has become a pinnacle within our community for joy and sorrow. We hold funerals there as well, and different type of events. So it's open to the public. Just go onto our website, contact Ellen Frank, and and book the date what you want.
It's hard to imagine Kitscoty without that hall now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
There's
Yeah.
been so many good
Oh,
events.
the old town hall is quite a change from there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything I'm forgetting that
Yeah.
you want people to know?
Well, there is a fabulous kitchen there, so rentals can use that. And the bar is always open. There is a meeting room as well. Sometimes the dance comes in there to practice. Yeah.
I always
Really
thought
good.
that was great planning, the way you have
Yeah.
the bar in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have great volunteers who run the bar for us, and like I said, it's a wonderful sense of community. Coming out here from the east, joining the Kitscoty Hall Board. The community has welcomed me, into the community through the Kitscoty Hall, and it's a place where I want to give back. So my volunteer and my participation in the play is, it's just me giving back to what the community has given me, and that's home.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all. Really appreciate your time.
Right.
Thanks, Kurt.
We're going to take
Hope
a break.
to see you there.
Well, I will. We'll take a. I'm thinking about that rice pilaf. I don't get enough rice pilaf. You don't get a lot of rice pilaf at events. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk Carolyn Parke about her next venture.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
We'd rather sell it than move it in. The moving in sale is on now at the new Lloydminster Nissan. As we get ready to move into our beautiful new building on Highway 17 South, we're moving out our incredible inventory from the big blue building on Highway 16 West. Save today on our incredible lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles all under the roof. Get special clear-out pricing on all remaining 2023 models. We're getting ready to move in, so come out and see us today for fantastic savings on your new car, truck, or SUV. The moving in sale is on now at the new Lloydminster Nissan. We won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
Welcome back. BioClean Disaster Services is a local company that's restoration and cleaning is indeed second to none. Wind, fire, flood, that can be disastrous for your property. It can be really harmful to your belongings, of course, and that's hard to get over at times. You lose some of this stuff. But you know what? They do a great job at restoring some of that as well. And at BioClean Disaster Services, their true commitment is to you and your family, getting your family dynamic back to where you were before the disaster. They're local, they're committed, they're certified, they are reliable. And I love that BioClean Disaster Services is local. And you can call them at any time at 1-833-246-8326. Yeah, disasters don't happen on a schedule. 1-833-246-8326. Lloydminster, Wainwright, St. Paul, Bonnyville, and Cold Lake. Carolyn Parke is here with us today, and Carolyn, it was about a week ago that she was performing at the Vic Juba Theatre. So thanks for being here, Carolyn. Appreciate you coming in.
Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, it was Wednesday night. I think it was last Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So just over a week ago. Has it sunk in yet? What was it like?
You know, it was good. I was kind of, I actually did some rejigging. So of course, I could rejig on a street corner, right? And I've played 2-hour sets on the street corner. But it's very different when it's like an attentive audience who's just sitting there and they're not talking. And so I had to change my set halfway through, and I just kind of rolled with it. So I thought it was okay, but then I got glowing recommendations after that, like just one after the other kept coming in. So it took me 2 or 3 days to realize, I'm like, okay, I did a good job.
Yeah, kind of
I walked off the stage and I was like, oh, I don't know.
Was that the biggest difference? Was having people You got their attention. They're not walking around doing other things. Was that the biggest?
Yeah, like they're only there for me. They're not visiting with one another, and it's just kind of. And I had all these phrases I had picked out. I'm like, I'm gonna say that sentence this way, you know. And then when you're up there and all the lights are there, you just kind of you got to be yourself, and you're just stripped down and vulnerable, and it's just whoever you are is who you are. So
you know, I met Gary Felgard backstage at the Vic Juba Theatre, and he told me that those are some of the nicest dressing rooms he's ever been in.
it was really nice. Like, I didn't realize, like, you have a dressing room and then you have a green room to hang out in after you're ready. And I stayed in the dressing room the whole time because I don't know. But I went in the green room and they had all sorts of candies, and they had a note for us to make ourselves at home, and they had beef jerky, and it was really cool.
I'm sure you want to eat a lot of beef jerky.
Yeah,
before
right.
You go sing,
I don't.
but...
Well, no, just like they had gummy candies and chocolate bars.
Did you have your family backstage too?
I didn't. No, they were in the audience.
Can you imagine your kids with hey, there's gummies
Well,
here.
I took them in at the end. At the end, I was like, well, we'll see if we can get you a little something.
Yeah, no
So
doubt.
I think they all shared a Kit Kat because there's 4 kids and 4 pieces of Kit Kat, so it was perfect.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So that was quite the experience. Now, you when you're on stage, you talked about your new album. So tell us about that.
Oh yes, I actually brought a copy just to show everybody.
It's available now. It was available that night.
So yeah, and actually it just came in the mail that day at 1:00. So I was already in town, and I had to call, honey, can you go to the mailbox? Because actually our mailman, he messages on Facebook Messenger, and he'll say package for you, and so that's how I knew it was there, and I verified it on the email. Your package has been delivered. I'm like, wow, it wasn't supposed to be there till the following Tuesday. So this is my new album, Deep Sigh. It has 11 originals and then 1 mashup of The Sound of Music combined with an old bluegrass standard called Once More.
Oh, interesting.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And then I kind of...
Your new single is on there too.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
talk
so,
about...
well, Hello Little Bird is coming out this Friday, and that's how I ended my set.
Yes.
And it was like I was gonna do one more song, but then I looked at the time and I was like, I wonder if I started on time. And I thought, I don't know, I'm already 4 minutes over. Maybe I should just end on a hot note. And Hello Little Bird is one of those songs that you can hum for weeks and you'd forget you're even singing because it just gets in your head, right? So I thought, oh, it's a good way to end the show.
Okay, I got to tell you, because we were a little surprised you didn't say, here's my last song.
I know, and
You know what I mean?
my
Like-
dad corrected me. He's like, well, you didn't give us any warning. And I was like, well, I didn't realize it till I was halfway through the song that, some people left. And then I was like, well, maybe I'm over my time limit. And then I looked at the clock. Sure enough, I was over my time limit already. I have a feeling I started my set late because I
probably
actually
did.
I cut 2 songs out on the fly.
Yeah.
And then the people that left, they actually direct messaged me and said, I'm so sorry we had to leave. We had a little kid with us.
But you started to panic a little bit.
Well, it just made me realize what time it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so the thing is, like, a few people have said, well, it's a good thing you haven't made it yet because you're not ready. And I'm like, yeah, I need to have these sorts of experiences
Well, when you get
on
to
a
a certain
big
point,
stage.
it doesn't matter your time, right?
Well,
you do a 90-minute set.
I guess
and you're
that's right.
done.
No one's going to complain if some big wig goes over their time limit. But yeah, I just was like, you know what? I wasn't sure about the last song anyhow, and it was going to be acoustic, no backtracks, and I just thought Hello Little Bird is a great place to end anyhow. But yeah, I should have said, my dad said, well, you should have warned people. You just ended and you just walked off this, and thanks for coming, bye.
That is kind of the way it was.
It was. But you know what, like, all I can say is, like, and also I feel like one person was there. I said, so tell me, where is my biggest area of improvement? Because I know he's a straight shooter. He'll tell me the truth. He said, well, you were uncomfortable with your guitar because I like hit the string and I was and I grab it and it's in your face, and so I said, well, all I need is more time on the stage.
Yeah. Well, the lights are something else too because you can't really see the audience, right?
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah.
But then the one time he had red lights on, and I always have my chorus in red, and so it was blank.
Yeah.
I was like trying to think, what is the name of this song? Because I didn't have the title at the top because my printer didn't.
How many songs are you written?
Probably like 70.
Yeah.
And I have like 50 something recorded.
Hard to keep them straight, eh?
It is. It really is. It's just like, well, I don't know. My friend, we were on Marco Polo video video messaging, and she's like, "You just sneeze and you write a song," and I was like, "It's kind of true."
Yeah, Dolly uses a teleprompter.
Oh yeah.
Dolly Parton, she has a teleprompter.
Well, I had the next best thing. I had yellow sticky notes.
Yeah.
I had 3 bullet points to introduce every song. I'm like, what am I going to talk about? 3 bullet points to kind of just prompt me, because once I get going, I know where I'm at. But sometimes you just like, well, here's this next song, just another song.
I love that you're so honest. I love that you're so honest.
Well, I've written a lot of boring songs, like.
But you said that on stage too, by the way.
Did I?
Yes,
you did. Geez. Well, I think that they're boring, but then I sing them. People are like, "Well, that's really." They think they love it. And I'm like, "Well, it's just there's." The thing is, songwriters. I hate to say it, but I feel like they're a bit of a dime a dozen because I know so many of them, right? But I know that if you're not in the songwriting culture, they're special. There aren't a lot of people out there writing songs.
I don't know a lot of songwriters. Yeah.
Well, and most of the people I know are songwriters.
Yeah, that's
kind of. I guess you just kind of gravitate towards.
Well, are you still doing your meetings that you were doing a second cup?
Yep. We're still doing I have the last one, so I should mention that is the last Thursday of every month, and this April is the last one until next fall because we are on a farm and we're much too busy for that.
It gets busy. Everybody gets busy.
So end of April is the last song circle, and it's been going pretty good. I finally feel like we have a little bit of momentum. We had we had too many people at the one in February, though I'm not going to complain, but it was like, ooh, if this happens again, we might have to think about a bigger venue.
That's fantastic. Tell us what happens there.
Oh, well, we all just sit in a circle and we share, and some people are comfortable to share and some people aren't, and we just encourage them. And some people just bring a poem and they're like, I'll just read you this poem. So we all like quiet down and listen to this poem and then think of, okay, well, what feeling do you get from those words, and then decide on what kind of tempo it might be.
Why did you start? You started that, right?
Yeah.
Why did you start it?
I guess because I've been living here for a decade, and I live on the farm. Like, we're on the farm a lot, and I find it really hard to meet people. And I just thought, there are people that are creative in Lloydminster. I know that they're not all hockey players. I know that there's creative people. And if you just kind of like invite them, you have to invite people out, right? And so I wanted to meet more people. That's why I started it. And I thought, well, I could advertise on Facebook. I'm looking for a creative friend.
Yeah.
I'm not desperate.
You might take that the wrong way,
well,
too.
Exactly. So, I just thought, I'll just start. And I committed to doing it. Unless I'm deathly sick, I will be there. It doesn't matter how stressed out my life is. It's like, it's once a month, I will be there. And so I put up advertisements, and it's like sometimes you go there and there's nobody there. Like last week or 2 weeks ago, it was me and my dad. And I had heard 3 different people say that they might come, and you know what? No one came, but you know what? We were there in case they did come, and me and my dad, we wrote 2 songs in one night. Well, they're half written.
Okay.
But we got the verse and the chorus hammered out, and we did some, it's something that someone taught me at the Bluegrass Jam camps that I go through the Northern Bluegrass Circle. And he said, if you want to write a song and you know what the content is or the feeling that you want, think of a song that gives you that same feeling, and then just look at their chord progression. And you're not stealing the melody. Like, you just use the similar chord progression to invoke the same emotions, and then you make your own melody. So we were doing that. We borrowed from, what's that song called? I don't want to bore you guys, but this is what songwriters find really interesting.
When you're around people who are creative, like yourself, it breeds more creativeness.
Well, this is the thing. You just have to just start, and then it just rolls out of you, right? Like a lot of people say that they get writer's block. I'm like, I've never had writer's block, ever. I don't think, ever. But anyhow, so we did the Bottle of Wine. You know that song? Bottle of wine, fruit of the vine. Yeah, so we wrote one about a farmer waiting for rain. And so we kind of just used the same chord progression on the verses, and then the chorus, I just shook it up and let the chords fall where they may, kind of thing, and made my own chorus. So
Songwriters is why you kind of got in touch with us, because you're up for some awards. Tell us about that.
Oh, right, yeah. So that's through the International Singer-Songwriter Association. It's for independent songwriters, and it's based out of Atlanta, Georgia. And every year they have an award show in August. But you have your nomination process through the fall and winter, and then April 2nd, the nominations are announced, and there's 25 people in each category. And then for the month of April, you engage with your fan base, and based on that, the top 10 people go on to be judged by the judges. So just because you have a nomination doesn't mean you're actually going to be judged.
Right. It doesn't mean you're actually going to... You're right.
Yeah,
right.
like
okay.
you still have to show that you have a fan base that cares enough to go online and vote for you possibly every day. So like that's the...
What's the website you go to?
Oh, if you put in just International Singer-Songwriter Association, it should just pop right up.
Google it'll come up?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
4 awards?
4 nominations.
4 nominations.
So you go to on the
4 different categories?
Yeah. So you go to Vote 2024 and then International category, because it's based in the United States. So there's the USA nominations, then there's the international. So I'm kind of competing with the globe of
right.
independent songwriters.
So.
Yeah, so there's people from all over the world, and so I got 4 categories, and it's all alphabetical. So each category has a black heading, and then it's alphabetical based on first name. So look for the letter C if you want to vote for me, Caroline Parke, in 4 different categories. Yeah, and voting goes till the end of April, and then I think they need 48 hours, and then they announce on May 2nd or something like that.
That's a long period.
It's like it's a lot to ask a fan to vote every day, and I hesitate to do that. Like, I would like everyone to vote once, and if you think of it again, you're more than welcome to, but don't feel like you're obligated. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is pretty annoying. But I go like this to my husband, and he puts up with it, right? But I'm not ever gonna expect a friend to do that every day.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, if enough people come together and everyone votes once or maybe twice, then I won an award last year.
What did that do for you? What's winning an award? What's it like?
Does it really is just
more
it's just your resume. If I go on a market where I'm selling stuff, I'll have my trophy on the table, and everyone kind of looks at it. It's 14 inches, crystal glass. It's like,
Yeah, why not? Right?
So, like, aside from just winning the award, I guess it if you don't leverage it, it will do nothing, right? But you tell people about it, you're like, yeah, I have had a jury of my peers acknowledge that I am putting stuff out there that's worth listening to.
Right.
So that's nice.
Do you have any performances coming up?
I do. I have Lloydminster on Tuesday, April 16th.
Where's that at?
At the Fourth Meridian Brewing Company. I'm going to be doing a songwriter showcase with John Hewitt. He's based out of Edmonton right now, and he's going across Canada and I believe into the States on tour. And I think he's toured the States 4 times.
So that's this Tuesday?
This next Tuesday.
Not
next. Yes, Tuesday the 16th.
Oh, the 16th. Okay.
Yeah.
The 8th, I think, is. Yeah, 16th. So almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. And so that's like 7 p.m. We'll just be doing 90 minutes going back and forth. And he's like an excellent storyteller. So I met him in Edmonton when he was hosting a songwriter showcase followed by an open stage. So I went and played the open stage.
So April 16th, 7 p.m.
Yeah, you betcha.
Okay. Anything I'm forgetting?
And I don't know if anyone here listens from Edmonton, but I do have a show also on the Saturday, the 20th, at the Bogani Cafe with 2 other ladies. We're going to do a showcase there. So
2 ladies that you
that
that
are kind of
with, or like
mentors of mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like you perform at the same time, or
yeah.
is it like
yeah?
one
So
right
there'll
after?
be 3 of us on the stage, and then I have a harp player that's also a songwriter.
Oh, really?
And so she's going to open the show for 30 minutes while we mingle, and possibly sell CDs. And then she'll close as well. So we'll probably do 2 sets. Like, so we each do 1 song, and so it's really cool. The first person does a song, and then the next person has to choose a song based off of their song. So like, how could they tie it into a storyline?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Carolyn. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me on.
Best of luck with the voting and the International Songwriters.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
And we'll be back with you on Tuesday. And Tuesday we're going to be talking about the Inclusion Breakfast, which happens in May.